My co-host for the weekend and my good friend, Pat McGann.
Give it up for James. How about it, James Anderson, your president? What a night, huh? This is the last year in D.C.? This is it? I know we normally are just exclusively open to men, so it's a nice little special. I want to welcome the members of the Red Hat Society. Give it up for them. Ladies. You dorks. Really? Make NCS great again? What are you're implying that it's not? What are you saying? We streamed that whole thing across the country, and we got you mopes and the red hats. That was our big shot. Way to represent. Just wearing them through dinner, too. Very classy. Make NCS great again. That's insulting. That was a great interview, though, wasn't it? Would have been nicer if Andy had watched the movie. Maybe we should have arranged for a free screening today. And he said the movie's always not as good as the book. That's not true. Apparently he has not read Fast and Furious 7, which I had a hard time getting through. And then our band has been phenomenal. I want to acknowledge them. Kevin. Where's Kevin at? Is Kevin here? He was right here? He left? I know I would leave if I were him too after James was going to sell him this morning in the gift shop. Did you hear that inappropriate joke twice? James, as a white guy, maybe not do a joke about selling the black guy. I wouldn't do that one if I were you. We got people here from Winston-Salem. Right? You can't do that joke. Kevin and the Immigrants. That's what he named the band. You might want to change that this weekend. Be walking out of here, just Kevin. Kevin and the... You know what they should be called? Big Poppy and the Shortstops. Last night, Kevin's like, if you can't get with the beat, just find somebody chocolate and go with them. And I was like, there's not enough of those guys around. No, I'm happy to be here. This is exciting. And like I said, last year in D.C., so let's have fun tonight. B.J. Weber, my guy, who's been, I know you did a thing on suffering. You spoke earlier? Today? On suffering. That should be Sunday morning, 7 a.m. breakout session. BJ's the best, and he's good friends with Jim, and you know Jim has got a lot going on, and I'm not going to go there. He organizes everything. He gets, he got Paul here, the big book, the big movie. You make writing a book look easy, And now Jim Lane's going to give it a shot. He's writing a book too. Yeah, that's how. Oh, there it is. Surrounded by me, and I'm scared. You know James Anderson's writing a book too? Yeah. He is. Surrounded by Jim Lane. And I am scared. Super petrified. Jim Lane is the best. He's my guy. But BJ, I love BJ because he just gives you, the straight dope. He's great with his quotes. What's the ego one? Your ego is not your amigo, which is true. It is true. But I was talking to him yesterday about being a parent, and my kids are, they're a lot. They're a handful. They ask questions all the time. That's what they do all day long. When's mom gonna be home? When's Mom gonna be home? It's like, don't you think I'm wondering the same thing? I don't know. I do not know. How about this? When I start paying attention to you, she's close. All right? When I put my phone on the counter, she's in the driveway. That's how you know. They do whatever the hell they want. Play with their food all the time. Breakfast, playing with their waffles, throwing them around. I was telling BJ, he's like, you know what you gotta tell them? Your ego is not your Lego. That's BJ Weber knowledge right there. You just rhyme. You're like Johnny Cochran, Pastor Johnny Cochran. I'll just make up a cute rhyme and everyone will get it. Oh man, what a day though, right? Hanging out with the fellas, Jersey with their hats. Which I'm not saying we shouldn't acknowledge you guys, or I just think that your chapter should be like extremely vetted. I always do the prayer wall joke, which I wasn't gonna do, but I'm like, this is our last year in DC. We're going to Orlando in 2 years, which is appropriate, you know? After you guys come here and spill out your guts and break down with each other, and then we're gonna be having shuttles over to Epcot. Go to Disney World, and I love Disney World. Jim loves Disney World, don't you? What's your favorite ride over there? Oh, you never been there? No? All right, well then this joke's not gonna work. I've never been there. Well, that's all right. Anyway, the prayer wall was always out there. It is out there, and there are people on, you know, they put things on there anonymously. Here's a prayer that, what's up, Kurt? You don't like this? Kurt was phenomenal today, by the way. 2 sessions. Doing 2-a-days. That was great. That's what Navy needs to do more of this year in the off season. I'm just making fun of the young guys because we're jealous of the young guys. Who's young here? 20s. Who's in your 20s? Yeah? Look at that. That's it. Remember those days? Beach? Is this your buddy? Is this Father William with you? Oh, nice. I haven't met you yet, Father William. Nice to meet you, man. Did you take him to the Bible Museum today? Yeah? Do they think he was an exhibit? There's Methuselah over there. Check it out. Or maybe that's Moses. I'm gonna get a pic. Let's go ask him. Anyway, this is my favorite thing I saw on the prayer wall today. I want to pray for people that take the elevator to 2. Yeah. I see you in there. I'm listening to Kurt this morning. He's like hitting my heart about shame and all the, you know, how to be a better guy, a better person. And then I get 20 feet away to that elevator and someone hits 2 and I'm like, I will murder you. The worst is when you're going down and someone gets on that 2. Right? It's like, are you serious? Take the stairs. I'm already pissed off from walking that octagon hallway because I can't remember what side my elevator is on. I'm circling up there. So this someone want to pray. I saw this guy put it up there. Someone want to pray for John Brandon. John Brandon, poor guy, had a stressful career at Apple. This was put up there by the guy who's shining shoes I saw out there. Yeah. His heart really goes out to you, John. He wants to say a special prayer for you and your stock options. No, you've had it so hard. You and your different time zones. On that corporate jet. What a pain in the ass. You better retire at 60. Like the other 2% of people. And this prayer here, this is for the trees in Jim Lane's neighborhood. You like that one, Beach? I went right at him. You told me to. You said, get at Jim. Ask him if he downloaded the app for the weekend. And tell him to pick up Uber while he's doing that one, too. You know what? We got 2 years to heal from these jokes, so I'm good. I feel pretty comfortable about it. I'll be back in Orlando. Only moving the retreat there because you guys are getting so old. Is this Frank? This is the board member, Frank Vizcarra. You got the pink socks on. I like those. Frank's one of the board members. Who's on the board? I know Tom Cole was up here saying they're very hard to describe. Want to give me a shot? Is Jay on the board? Is it Helvey? Yeah, Jay Helvey. There he is. Oh, okay. Who is that? You think I'm scared of you? Be careful. I just took on Jim Lane. You think I'm scared of Jay Helvey? I like Jay. Jay introduced Jim last night. Jay also wrote the foreword in Jim Lane's book. The book is 200 pages of Jim and 500 of Jay Helvey. How long was that intro last night? Holy, I mean, Jim's walking on stage and he brought up Doug Coe. It's like, no, introduce him. He's standing next to you. Let's go. Wrap it up. Anyway, as you know, I'm a dad. And when I started here, and it has been 5 years, James right, when I started here, I didn't have any kids. And now we have 3. And they're fun, but you know, you talked about kids earlier today. They're a lot of work when they're young. They wear you out. We don't even know what to do with them. They're so young. You know, my wife wants to do stuff they're not ready for. Like, let's take them to the Art Institute. Wouldn't that be fun? We should go to the Art Institute. It's like, yeah, Luke was just talking about how he wants to see some Impressionist paintings. At least I think that's what he said. I'm not sure. He doesn't talk yet. The Art Institute? How about we take them to the mall? We'll get them a pretzel, show them the hand dryers in the bathroom. It'll blow their minds. We went to the zoo this summer. That was fun, but expensive. You got to pay to get in, pay to park. The food's a ripoff, and then you go in there and the tigers are sleeping. It's like, really? I'm $80 deep. You want to get a manager? Poke one of those things? It's visiting hours. Let's go. We have a free zoo in Chicago, too. Yeah. It's free because it sucks. Just a prison. They have a lion there in like a 20-foot cell just pacing back and forth. Not happy. My daughter picked up on it. She's like, I don't think he's happy. What's he thinking about? He's like, he's thinking about killing all of us. That's what he's thinking. And then she freaked out. I want to go home. I was like, you know what? So does he. He wants to go home too. They didn't trick him when they painted the jungle on the back of his cell. Don't you love how they do that? Try and recreate the habitat with some like nonsense painting. Like that's fooling the animal. Like, oh, maybe I'm back in their Serengeti. There's my friends over there. And just runs into a wall. Spins around, sees a bunch of fat people eating fried dough. I'm gonna do that. My wife's been talking about going to Hawaii. I'm just gonna paint some palm trees on my wall. Yeah. She'll come home from work. I'll be like, aloha. Here's your Mai Tai. Yeah, that's what life is when you're married with kids. I'm saying that to the 20-somethings. Enjoy your 20s. I can't even talk about that at home. I met my wife when I was like 31, you know? Sometimes she'll ask me, like, what were you doing in your 20s? I'm just like, nothing. I was looking for you. I thought you were in Mexico one weekend. You all right, dude? Yeah? You on your phone? This isn't enough for you? I'm 3 feet away, amplified, everyone's having a good time. She's tough competition? Oh, who's that? One of the Red Hat Society members? I'm just messing with you, dude. That's all right. Oh, there's Peb. Had to make your big... had to walk in the middle of the show. Everyone see you, Peb? You're in the book. We know who you are. Where were you, Peb? Seeing a man about a dog. That must be a joke from the 1950s I don't remember. What the heck does that mean? Oh, Peb. Travel, though, I don't know if John's here. Is John here from Apple? You still here? Is he mad at me? There he is, John. You're right about travel. It's tough, right? Because I travel for this. I was in Ohio last week. Did a show at a comedy club. That's a different environment. There's women there. I did a show, and I'm sitting there, I say hi to people, and there's leaving this girl, I'm just going to be honest, beautiful, walking out, very young, too. And we made, eye contact. Nothing weird, but right away, she's like, say hi to your kids. Sprayed me with it. I just did a bunch of jokes about being married and having kids. I know I'm married and have kids, but she's like, say hi to your kids, don't look at me. Just not genuine, right? And I'm going to do that. I'm going to go back to Chicago and be like, hey, Josephine, Elliot, Luke, come on over here. Yeah, Daddy was in Ohio last week, and I met a girl. She was beautiful, young, too, probably closer to you guys in age than me. She looked like one of those princesses in your Disney movies, except she had a tattoo on her lower back, I noticed. Anyway, she wanted me to say hi. All right, you guys ready to keep this thing rolling or what? Come on, we got a night of comedy. Before I get our headliner up here, let me just say, because this is probably the last time I'll address all of you after that Jim Lane joke. That's true. And that's why it's funny, because it's true. And don't think I'm gone. Just think of me as I went to see a guy about a dog. You guys get that? I had no idea what it meant. No, 5 years been coming here, and I love it. I really do feel connected to this group, and some of you I've gotten to know fairly well. Some of you I stay in touch with throughout the year, and some of you are just familiar names and faces that I get to see each year, and it always feels good being here. So I appreciate it. I appreciate all the, you guys are great. And a night like this is fun for me because I get to introduce someone that you guys don't know that I respect and I admire. I talked to James and Jim about the comedian who I'm about to introduce. I've talked to them about him the last couple years. It just never worked out. But it did work out this year. I'm thrilled about it. And he's excited to be here. He did ask me when he walked in the room, where are the broads? He's one of the top comics, in my opinion, one of the top comics working in the country. And you guys have seen him. He's appeared on The Tonight Show. He was a finalist on Last Comic Standing. I think one of the cooler things is he's been over in Iraq twice. Did 2 different tours entertaining our troops. He's phenomenal. I want you guys to give him a big NCS welcome. He's very excited too, by the way. He just got his GED. Let's make him feel welcome. Give it up for Rocky Laporte. Here he is, Rocky Laporte.